most respected Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, the Dhammaraja, the Buddha enlightened one, who spent most of his time in Jeta. Now we are here in the central of Jetavana temple in front of Mula Kandakata, and our right is the Dhammasapha, and our left is the gate from Ananda Bodhi and the gate to Jetavana. Respected Mahasangha, Mahathera from various countries represent our International Tripitaka Chanting Council, Mahathera from Thailand, from Vietnam, from Cambodia, from Laos, and also from India. And also our Mahabhasika Vangmodiksi, our people in Jetavana Grove. Why it is called Jetavanaram, Jetavana Grove? Because this temple is built in the gardens of princess named Jeta. In the 3rd years after the Buddha enlightenment, Anatha Pindika, the great merchants, went to Rajagriha to make a business and also to see his brother-in-law, Rajagaha city, that you know that who first that get permission from the Buddha to build the Senasana, the Vihara offered to the monk. It is Rajagaha city. He built 60 Vihara just one day and offered to the monk. And that the Buddha advised very balanced to you and Sangha. Rajagaha city, after building 60 Vihara, come to the Buddha and said, now we need merit. We want to get enlightenment to go to heaven. I build this 60 Vihara. So how to do with this? He just asked the Buddha how to do. And the Buddha said, great. You just offer to the Sangha who already come and not come from 4 direction, not specific to anybody, not specific to any monks, but to the Mahasangha from 4 direction who are coming and who are already came and still coming. So no specific. And this not belonging to you anymore. Just belong to the Mahasangha in Buddha Sasana. And then Anathapindika known that the appearance of the Buddha at that time because of his brother-in-law, and then he very satisfied that night cannot sleep, and then he went to the Buddha in Sitavana, the very cold forest, and then the Buddha meet Anathapindika at that time meet the Buddha. His name not Anathapindika actually. The Buddha called him by his name. His name Sudatta. Sudatta, it means easy to give or happy to give to other, because he give everything to those who are having not something to eat or who need shelter. From Rajagiri to Savatthi, he built every day, every yojana, a shelter for the Buddha to stay every day on the road coming back to Savatthi. And then he come first to find place, suitable place for the Buddha and Sangha to stay. And then they see this grove, this garden of the Princess Jade. He asked to buy, but Princess no need money, no need to sell. He just urging again and again, and then Jeta Princess just give word such as just throw out his word that if you need just take your goal and uh, and full this area and then you get it just throwing the word. He not actually think that the the Anathapindika will do. Then Anathapindika asked his Pandagara, it in with treasurer, to take all the coin, the gold coin and silver coin from his place to fill out here, but not finished. Just only let the gate, the 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 small piece of land that will build the gate, the entrance gates of the Jetavana. And then the Jet Princess see that amazing with he real confident to the Buddha. And then the Jet said, Princess said, stop. This should be my responsibilities. And then he built that gate, entrance gate to the Jetavana. That's why his name is Jetavanaram. So the garden grows of the Princess Jet, but Anathapindikasa Arame. It is the temple belong to Anathapindika. After that, Anathapindika spent in total 54 how to say uh crore 54 crore kahapana to build this temple. 18 for buying the land, 18 for building Kandakuti, Dhammasapha and Kuti for every Asiti Mahasavaka, and 18 crore for ceremony. Because the big ceremony, you know how big is it? From in front gates of Savatthi, Anathapindika arranged all the school boys, school girl, minister, and every man and women just make welcoming the Buddha to the Savatthi until the Chetavanaram. And many place, many structure, many plan that we arrange, like we arrange the Tripitaka chanting. More than that, not not just that, it's very big amount because a lot of people in this Savatthi. That's why spend 18 crore kahapana to uh, do a welcoming and inaugurations of Jetavanaram. And Anathapinda support this temple from his ally until his die. He support this. He invite the monk 2,000 every day to his home. And Vishaka also 2,000 monk every day support to the monk. When he come 3 times to the temple a day, morning with something for breakfast, if, after the day for lunch, and afternoon for beverage and bana or something. That's why in Dhammapada said, when Anathapindika and Vishaka come to the temple, Dahara Bhikkhu, young Bhikkhu and Samanera always open the window and see what he get today. Yeah, like one more come, we see what one more get something to the offer to the monk, something like that, because they are very connected to the monk. That's why the Buddha spent 25 years in in Savatthi. Two things. One, the Buddha want to admire or encourage Mahaparijaga and admire the sacrifice, the donation, the offering of two families, Anathapindika family and Vishaka family. So the Buddha spent 25 years because want to encourage, want to brought up the Mahaparijaga of the Buddha himself and of these two families. Why? Because the second thing, the Buddha want to promote the Mahasangha, promote the respectful Sangha. Why? Because if there is no Sangha, there is no Buddhism. If there is no supporter, no sponsor, there is no monk, right? The monk living under the people, under the sponsor. They're going to collect the alms every day for food. If there is no sponsor giving him food, So how can he alive? If the monk's not alive, the monk cannot survive, cannot learn. So pariyatti disappear. When pariyatti disappear, practice paribatti also disappear. When paribatti disappear, padiveta, the enlightenment also disappear. So no sangha, no Ariya Sangha, no Sammati Sangha. So Sangha is very important to take care of Buddhism. And Sangha is based on the people on supporter. That's why the Buddha spent his most time in Jetavana. Anathapindika is very faithful man to the Buddhism, especially Sariputta. In one sutra called Anathapindika Sutta or Tevata Sutta in Samyutta Nikaya, after Anathapindika passed away, he born in the fourth heaven called Tushita, fourth heaven, where the Buddha Mada also stayed there in Tushita. At that night, Anathapindika come to the Jetavana to the Buddha again because he still cling, he still satisfied with his doing. And he said, Itang Jetavanang, Itang he Jetavanang, isi Sangha Nisevitang, Avuddhang Dhammarajena, Piti Sanja Nanang Mama. He said, Idang Jetavanang, this Jetavana temple, isi Sangha Nisevitang, all the isi Sangha living here. Isi Sangha means Asiti Mahasawa, 80 great disciple of the Buddha living here. Avuddhang Dhammarajena, that is occupy or the controls of Dhammaraja. Who is the Dhammaraja? Is the Buddha. The Buddha is here for the presence of all the Asita Mahasawa. Piti Sanja Mamang, Piti Sanja Nanang Mama. This is make my joyfulness. It is make me satisfied very much with this Jetavana temple. Kammang Vicha Dhammang Silangcha Chivatamuttamang. The practice only, Kamma, it means Sama Kamanta, to bodily good action, Samavaja, verbally good action, Sama Ajiva, the proper living. The proper living, this is the Kamma and Sila. Dhamma, it is mindfulness, Samasati, mindfulness, right mindfulness, and Samasamati, right concentration, and Viccha, Samaditi, Samasankappa. Samaditi means the right understanding, and Samasankappa, the right thought. This is only to make our life rise, to make our life prosperous, happy, and extreme good. Ete sacha, ete macha suchanti. All living beings are purified by this practice only. Nakotena, natanena. Not because of your family, clan, caste system, or not because of money. Money, class system cannot purify you. Tasmahitani pandito poso sambahasang attamatano. Those who understand the reality, those who understand the teaching of the Buddha, Dhamme Vichane, should be reflected on Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha, and practice along. Sariputto Panyaya Upasamena. And Venerable Sariputta is the great among all the disciples who contain with all of this practice. That's why Anathapindika, even he passed away, he still come to support the monk, to support the Buddha. This is what I want to say. I want to tell you that Anathapindika, in commentaries of Dikha Nikaya, called Sumangala Vilasani asking one question. Why Anathapindika put his name on the temple? Every sutra, Eva me sutang ekang samayang bhagavasa vatiyang isepatane, sorry, Viharate Jetavane Anathapindika Saarame. Why Anathapindika Saarame? The temple belonged to Anathapindika. Why? Still put this name? Because he Ariyasawa, he offer. Why he still cling the name to the temple? The answer that two things. One, he is the faithful uh, disciple of the Buddha. He sacrificed many things to the Buddha. He never cling. He never attached with this temple. But for generation to generation, knowing that he offered to the Buddha, to the Sangha, to the Buddha Sasana. And he asked all of us in generation to generation to be a part of this merit that he has done. So he give us, he share us this merit. So we should happy and anumodana with them. Sadhu, 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 anumodami. So now give back to Bante.